Many people often regard first-person witness accounts of UFO encounters as being nothing more than people trying to get attention or fame. It appears, however, that there are numerous reported UFO encounters by people who already have such media fame or are seen as more than reputable sources in their community. These strange witness reports are often completely ignored but have dramatic implications on the validity of claims surrounding the encounters. So today, we will be going over these first-person witness reports as we analyse 6 famous celebrities who have had UFO encounters in the past. Dan Aykroyd's UFO sighting. Dan Aykroyd has confessed to not only being obsessed with discovering the truth surrounding the UFO phenomenon, but that this interest was sparked by a personal UFO sighting and encounter with the supposed men in black themselves. In his documentary Unplugged on UFOs, Dan Aykroyd mentions seeing strange lights in the sky on a drive one night and investigating the strange claims made near his region. He also talks about a strange encounter soon after regarding the men in black. According to Mr. Aykroyd, during one of his filming shoots, he stepped outside to take a private call without anyone listening in. As he was standing outside taking the call, he noticed a black Ford parked across the street and a strange tall man that stepped out of the car. This strange man then began staring at Mr. Aykroyd angrily. After feeling a little awkward, Mr. Aykroyd turned away for a moment before looking back and noticing the car and the strange tall man had completely vanished. After he finished his phone call and returned to the shoot, he was immediately told by the producers that the show had been cancelled and he was ordered to stop filming immediately. Though many people doubt his claims, to this day Dan Aykroyd swears by what he saw and believes the cancelling of his show on UFO investigations to be connected with these strange men in black. David Bowie's multiverse theory. What many fans of the singer are not aware of was the fact that in his youth, David Bowie and his friends were obsessed with tales of UFOs and extraterrestrial life, even going as far as creating a newsletter that he and his friends would mail out with a bunch of different information regarding UFO sightings. This fascination, he claims, was sparked by his own UFO sighting over London back in 1967. Written by Paul Trinker, the author of the David Bowie biography known as Starman, the book claims that not only was David Bowie obsessed with UFOs, but that he was personally investigative and skeptical of the UFO cover-ups. Bruno Steen, a rock magazine writer, even wrote about an encounter with David Bowie in which the musician claimed that back during 1967, when he would go UFO spotting with friends, they had encountered a strange sighting of 6 or 7 different extraterrestrial craft and had a theory that portals were opening up in the skies above him. Theorists regard David Bowie's theories as legitimate claims, and that many of these accounts can be heard in his music and many other pieces of art he worked on. Ronald Reagan's life-changing sighting. Before Ronald Reagan began his career in the Oval Office, he spent his early life becoming a famous actor, and even held a governor position for several terms. Many did not believe that the actor was capable of holding a political seat, and it very much appeared to be an overwhelming strain on his life, with no ambitions or further drive to pursue his political career. This all changed, however, on a peculiar night in 1974. Aboard a small Cessna aircraft were 4 individuals who all corroborated a strange experience and sighting. The passengers on the small charter plane were Bill Painter, the aircraft pilot, 2 security guards, and Ronald Reagan himself. At the time, Reagan was still only the governor of California and appeared to be nearing the end of his political career. As he was on his way flying over Bakersfield in California, Reagan himself first saw a strange light in the distance, which caused him to immediately alert the pilot. Painter recalled the event, saying that the object appeared to be several hundred yards away and it was travelling alongside the aircraft. Nothing that it was almost as if it was observing the then governor of California. Before long, the object took off at a 45-degree angle upward at a tremendously high rate of speed. It appears that this sighting, however, possibly caused a change in the mindset of Ronald Reagan, as he would later go on to become the United States President and personally advocate for higher funding in military intelligence organizations, such as the CIA, and underground military black budget projects, such as Project Jedi and the Space Wars, that saw the preparation of anti-alien technology and a development of the psychic soldier program in the early 80s. Jimmy Carter's strange UFO encounter. Similar to Ronald Reagan, before Jimmy Carter even began his work in politics, it appears that he was visited by a strange extraterrestrial entity with several other individuals around to confirm the story. As the president had arrived one evening to give a speech at a Lions Club meeting, he stood outside with other participants in the event before someone shouted to look west. When everyone turned, according to Jimmy Carter himself, there appeared to be a strange object that was visible about 30 degrees above the horizon to the west of where the group was standing. According to the soon-to-be United States Governor of Georgia, the object was described as being bright white and about the same level of brightness as the moon. It supposedly then quickly began to approach the group, but then immediately stopped near a clearing of pine trees some distance away from the witnesses. The object then began to change colour from white to blue, then to red, and then back to white, almost as if an ode to the colours of the American flag. Shortly after, the object began receding away into the distance before it slowly faded from view. Carter states clearly that he did not believe the object had any physical substance or shape of any kind, rather more closely seen as a strange manifestation of light energy and nothing more. Shortly after this event, Jimmy Carter announced his plans to run for governor in Georgia, which would go on to further his political career and eventual plans to become the United States president. Fran Drescher's abduction. Seen in popular television shows such as the lead role in The Nanny and a smaller part in Happily Divorced, Fran Drescher became a common household name to many during the late 80s. Interestingly enough, the star also claimed to have the strangest alien abduction story alongside a witness to corroborate the alien encounter. Back in 2010, Fran Drescher came out to many different news outlets, including the Huffington Post and numerous talk shows, about her bizarre alien encounters in her youth. She claimed that as she was on a late-night drive with her father, they spotted a strange light in the sky, and details after that get blurry. However, she claims that she soon developed a scar on her hand where she remembers the aliens planting some strange device inside her. Years later, she met Peter Mark Jacobson, a man who had a similar story to Fran's. Peter also claimed that he encountered an alien abduction driving with his father, and had the same strange scar to match. Fran Drescher believed them to have been programmed to have met, given the fact that Fran had a significant role in the show Happily Divorced, where she met Peter, who was working as the producer and one of the writers for the show before they soon married. Yaphet Kotto. Known for his pivotal roles in the movie Alien, as well as playing the lead antagonist in Live and Let Die, Yaphet Kotto also holds a mystery that he can't explain. According to the award-winning actor, he has been plagued by extraterrestrials, UFO encounters, and strange orbs of light for over 50 years. He reports that his first encounter was when he was about 9 or 10 years old. As he was watching the neighborhood kids play stickball outside, he turned around and a strange 6-foot-tall figure was standing behind him with an elongated head and extraterrestrial-like appearance. At another point in his life, he remembers going out into the garage to meditate, where after 12 hours, he noticed a strange white orb hovering around him, almost as if observing him. These encounters only seemed to have gotten more and more peculiar as time went on, as he claimed that during his time in the Philippines, a life-changing event had occurred for him. As he says, quote, "I heard my wife and the waiters calling me to come outside in very anxious voices. So I went out, and when I got there, I saw a huge circle of smoke over the house as if a massive object had just left. When I asked them what they saw, they said they saw a UFO as big as the Yankee Stadium turned upside down. They were freaking out. 2 or 3 nights later, I saw it. The thing blotted out the entire sky, the moon and everything. It was huge. I just remember saying, I can't believe it. I mean, I got so nervous because you don't see something like that without being vulnerable to becoming psychologically blown away. You get scared, to put it quite frankly. That messed me up." End quote. But what do you all think of these strange, mysterious encounters? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.